Welcome to my new edit. This time we're going to edit this photo of my son with a teddy bear in the forest. I took it with an 85 1.4 on my Sony A7. I actually took a lot of photos and I thought that I liked this scene. I also always like to have like a source of light in the photo. I could get back, take a few steps back to get a larger scene, wider scene, but I didn't want to lose this lovely shallow depth of field, so I took two photos for this. This one is a little above, you can see his head here, and this one, and I wanted to put them together to keep that shallow depth of field and get a wider scene. So I'm going to use only Lightroom for this. So I'm going to select both of the photos holding Control or Command and right click and you go right click on the photo and you go to Photo Merge. And I'm going to Photo Merge for Panorama. Okay, I'm just going to straighten this up up to 100% because I don't need those sides, and I think we are nicely done. So click merge and we're back to Lightroom, back to the block mode. Lightroom did a pretty good job merging those photos. Now my plan like this light. I think I'm going to crop. My plan for editing is that I really like this light. I think I'm going to crop it after all a little bit, just because this edge has nothing interesting in this. And because the human eye is always drawn to something that is bright, this bright areas here and here draw a lot of my attention, but he is quite dark, so it's really difficult to find him in the shot. I'm going to edit this so that the viewer can easily see him instead of other things in the photo. And I also want to show the source of the light. There's a little bit of the sky here between those branches, and I want to bring it up. So let's start with darkening those areas here. I'm going to use the brush, so click the brush and click twice on the effect to 0 if there's anything moved around here, and then go down the exposure, and I'm going to try to put it here. I'm using brackets to change the side of my brush. Here. And a new one. I always like to create new brushes. So a new one here on the bottom. Okay. As I said, I like this. I will use this radial filter to brighten up the area around that source of the light. I'm going to add a little bit of temperature, just a hint. And now I want to drag this filter down. So I'm going to use the brush, but not another filter, not a new brush, but here, click brush, and then you can add more areas. Okay, I think I'm going to create a new one and make a smaller one just in the middle, just to have more shiny spot. Click done. And now I want to get some more detail from that tree trunk and from his coat. So create a brush. Again, click twice on the effect. And let's add some clarity. Then apply that clarity using the brush on the tree trunk. And on his coat, small brush. Let's go back to the basic panel here. I'm going to add some contrast to it. Bring up some shadows maybe. Also highlights. And down the bottom, here you got split toning. I want to add some warmer tones to the highlights. So let's click on this and find a nice warm color. But if your image starts looking oversaturated, you can always go here and adjust the saturation, because you are adding color to a colorful image that may look a little oversaturated. Okay, and let's go down to detail to sharpen the image and to use the reference point here. Move up the amount slider, and then I'm going to use the masking. So let's hold Alt on your keyboard, Option or Alt, and move up until only the subject is sharpened. Let's do the same thing with detail. Okay, I think my image is ready, and now I'm going to export. So go up to File and Export, and choose the right settings for you. These are my settings for printing, so I've got the full resolution, and 300 dpi is RGB. Okay, thank you so much for watching. You can take a look at my website, iwonapodlasinska.com, to find more tutorials, more complicated ones, also using Photoshop, different colors, and also